Thank you for joining Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you enjoy this class. Don't forget to subscribe.
Good afternoon, everyone. It might not be good afternoon when you come and watch this, wherever you are in your day or wherever you are around the globe. Welcome to Stretch and Flow. I'm Rashi, and today I'm at the farm studio. It's a glorious day here on the Sunshine Coast. I'm going to take you through probably about 30, 35, 40, not sure yet, we'll see how we go. A flow focusing on the hips and the hamstrings. So we do hold a lot of tension in our hips, or we can do, especially if we've been sitting or if we're going through a period of stress or tension. But also the hamstring area as well can get a little bit tight. And especially those of you that perhaps are runners or athletes or sports people, or might even work out in the gym, sometimes the hamstrings can get a little bit tight. And so the series of postures together with breath and mindfulness will start to release any tension in those areas. So again, as always, my offerings are simply just offerings. Do what feels right for your body, and if that area is particularly sensitive for you, then just treat it with a bit of gentleness and compassion. Focus on your breath, focus on your quality of mind as we move through the postures. So grab a water bottle. If you've got any blocks or bolsters, feel free to grab those. If you don't, that's completely fine. Just come onto your mat. Let's start with a little bit of contemplation. So shutting the eyes down if that feels comfortable, or just taking that little gaze down your mat, keeping the eyes in one spot if the eyes are open. Otherwise, just shut them down and start to turn the gaze inwards. Notice that breath in. Notice that breath out. Notice the quality of mind at the start of the practice, as well as your quality of breath. Just simply being curious, having that beginner's mind. As we practice today, almost let your mantra be to believe in yourself. Often we find it very easy to give advice to others, telling others to believe in themselves. But often it becomes a little harder or more challenging when we give that advice to ourselves. So perhaps even as you're sitting, just absorbing the breath in and letting the exhale just flow out smoothly, even asking yourself that question: do you honestly, truly believe in yourself? Do you find it hard to believe in yourself? What's your self-talk like? Know that you're breathing in and know that you're breathing out. Can you believe in yourself and all that you are? Know that there's something greater in you than any obstacle that you face. Taking a couple more breaths here, really letting the sit bones ground you down onto the mat, letting the rest of the body just follow. Let there be a softness in the shoulders. One more breath here. If the eyes are shut, just gently open the eyes. Let the light just filter in. Lift up a little bit taller through the crown of the head. Very gently, just place the right hand on the left thigh. The left hand comes behind you. Take a breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, turn and gaze over that left shoulder. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling, twisting a little bit more. And then bringing everything all the way back around to center. This time the left hand goes on the right knee. The right hand comes behind. in to lengthen. And as you breathe out, gazing over that right shoulder. Soft jaw. Inhaling, lengthening a little bit more. As you exhale, perhaps twisting a little bit more. Everything comes back round to center. Inhale, reach the arms up, take a big stretch. Notice how the body's feeling. And as you exhale, bring the hands to your heart space. Empty the breath completely. Inhale, stretch the arms out, reach up first. And as you exhale to your heart space. Take a pause here, just a couple of breaths, inhaling and exhaling. And as you take those breaths, set an intention for your practice, a quality of mind that you want to keep throughout your practice. Might simply just be focus, peace, calm, something that you can perhaps take off the mat into your day. One more breath here. Gently opening the eyes, either just rolling over the ankles or scooting the ankles out to the side as you make your way onto all fours position. Knees are hip width distance, palms are shoulder width distance. Flatten the feet off and just take a gentle rock from side to side. Get a sense of curiosity as you just explore the hip flexors as you're leaning from side to side. Perhaps make the rocks forward and backwards as well. Bringing hips to heels and then rolling them over towards your palms. Soften through the shoulders. Take any tension off the neck. And then bring the rocks to a stillness. Keep the gaze down low. Spread the finger mounds on the mat. Let's take 3 cat-cow curls. Inhaling, the waist goes back as the gaze goes up. And as you exhale, that rounding and arching. And then a couple more in your own breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Taking one more here. Inhaling in and then letting the breath go. Dropping back to a neutral spine. Keep those finger pads pressing firmly into the mat. We're inhaling the right leg back. Just at hip height, push out through the sole of that right foot. And then bending the knee and stacking it over that left hip. You can rotate the ankle one way and then the other. Remembering to keep equal weight in the palms and not dumping into the wrist, so really pushing out through the palms. Keep peeling that right hip open. Keep the breath flowing. One more breath. Inhale, the right leg shoots back just at hip height. As you exhale, we're dropping it back down. Let's take it straight onto the other side. So the left leg extends back behind you. Engage the core to keep you steady. Bending that left knee. This time stacking over to the right hip. Again, taking that rotation of the ankles if you want. One way. And then the other way, equal weight in the palms, we're just peeling the hips open. Notice if there's any tenderness or tightness in this area. Keep the breath flowing. When you're ready, that left leg extends back behind you and everything drops down onto the mat. Just slide the palms to the edges of the mat, push the hips up towards the ceiling as you drop down into puppy pose. Soften the back of the neck. Take a couple of breaths here, really internalize that intention. Never forget how wildly capable you truly are. Perhaps you're braver than you actually believe. One more breath. Really push the chest down. And then gently walking the hands back, coming back onto all fours. Make any minor adjustments that you need with the palms and the knees. And then when you're ready, that right leg extends back behind you. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, let's land it in between your palms. Scoot the left knee back a little so that left leg is a little straighter. Just take a gentle rock backwards and forwards. Nothing strenuous, just keeping everything easy. Even the shoulders, soften through the shoulders and the neck. Bend the elbows a little. Exploring this side of the body, noticing how it feels. Keep that breath flowing in. And take one more rock backwards and forward. Press into the left hand. Bring the right arm up. Take a gaze at the top thumb. If there's sensitivities in the neck, just keep the gaze down at the mat. Reach up a little bit taller. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, float the palm to the inner edge of that right foot. Scoot the foot out to the right side of the mat. That left knee can scoot back a little more if you want to go a little bit deeper into the hips. If that's too intense, just keep it as it is. Bring the palms to roughly shoulder width distance. Drop the gaze. Take a lunge with that right knee. We're just exploring the hip. And then rock back. Just do a couple more rocks like this. We're starting to gently coax that hip open. Keeping the breath flowing with each rock forward and with each rock back. Just take one more rock. Really believe in yourself, trust yourself, your soul knows. Then keep the left hand on the ground. Breathe the right arm up again. Take a big breath in as you gaze up. As you exhale, just tap the right fingertips down as you lunge with that right knee. Inhale, the arm shoots up. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, to tap it back down. One more. Inhale to reach up nice and tall. And as you exhale, to tap the palm back down. I could just stay on the palms. You might want to just explore moving the palms over to the left, moving them to the front of the mat as we just open the hip up a little bit more. Some of you may want to drop onto your forearms. If that's not nourishing for you, just walk the hands out a little bit further and stay on the palm. Rock onto the side of that right foot perhaps. Or even making circles with that right knee, perhaps one way and the other way. We're starting to open the hip up a little bit more. Keep that intention within your own heart. And keep your mind on your practice. Be who you truly are, who you truly believe that you are, not who the world wants you to be. One more breath. Gently walk the hands back. We're scooting that right foot back to the centre of the mat so the palms are now framing it. Get steady first and then gently start to walk the hands back as the hips come towards the back of the mat. Some of you may want to come down all the way so the hips land on that back heel. For some of you, you may want to stay up here a little bit. If the hamstrings are particularly tight, you might just want to bend that right knee. Take a breath in, lengthen through the crown of the head, whichever pose you've taken. As you breathe out, you're floating the body over that extended leg. So you're either like this as I am, the toes can lift. Some of you may want to pull back on that front foot. Or you can come down a little bit further back, drop hips to heels. Take a breath into lengthen here as you breathe out, floating over that right leg. And again, you can reach for the toes and pull them back, whatever feels good for your body. You'll feel it in the hamstring. With each inhale, that subtle lengthening, extension through the spine. With each exhale, perhaps coming down a little bit further. Taking a breath in. Letting the breath go. And then gently, whichever posture you're in, use your hands to lift you all the way back up. Drop that right foot back onto the mat. Walk the hands so that they're now framing that front foot. And then we're scooting that right foot all the way over to the left edge of the mat. Setting yourself for pigeon. So dropping the knee across. lengthening that back leg down, extending it behind you. Take a breath in, really puff the chest up, but without any tension in the shoulders. And as you breathe out, you're either coming down onto your mat, making a little cushion with your fists. If you're wanting a little bit more of a restorative pose, you can grab a block or a bolster and just lean over the bolster or a block. Some of you might want to bring it lengthways as I'm showing you, and just lean the body all the way over. So whichever posture you've taken, get nice and comfortable in the posture, and then just bring stillness in the posture. I'll cue when it's time to come out. So we're really getting into the hips on this side. Really allow the breath to slow down. Some of you might even want to shut the eyes down here. If you do, or if the eyes are just at one spot, let them focus on that spot. Close your eyes or take that little half gaze. Imagine the best version of you possible. That's who you really are. Let go of any part of you that doesn't fully believe that. Take a breath in. Let the breath go. Let's gently start to walk the hands back up, lengthening through the spine. It's just taking a gentle, easy sway from side to side. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. One more breath here. Bring the rocks to a stillness. Give your shoulders plenty of room. So that might mean bringing the hands a little bit wider. Come onto the ball of the back foot, lifting the leg up. Take a breath in, let the breath go. And then on your inhale, bring that right knee up to meet you. As you exhale, just drop the right knee down and the left knee follows. You're back on all fours. Make any adjustments to the palms and the knees. Take a cat-cow curl here. Inhaling in, the waist goes back as the gaze goes up. And as you exhale, rounding and arching. Back to neutral spine. Let's take it on the other side. So this time the left leg extends behind you. Soften the gaze down onto the mat. Take a breath in, let the breath go. And as you exhale, you're bringing that foot all the way through. And again, you can slide the right knee back a little bit too. We're starting to open the hips up here. Just gently rock backwards and forwards, maybe exploring this side of the body. Perhaps noticing how it feels compared to the other side. Keep everything nice and soft, everything nice and easy. Couple more rocks here, backwards and forward. And then once you've finished, the last rock, coming back to stillness. Pressing into the right hand, this time the left arm reaches up nice and tall. Take a big breath in as you reach up nice and tall. Inhaling, reach up a little bit taller. As you exhale, we're bringing the palm to the inner edge of the left foot. We're scooting the foot out to the left a little bit further. The right knee can scoot back a little bit so that leg is lengthened down onto your mat. Bring the palms a little bit wider than shoulder width. And then just take a little gentle rock first from side to side. Notice how this side of the body feels. Keep the gaze low so there's no straining in the neck at all. And this time pressing into the right hand. Let's take that flow. The left arm reaches up, the gaze can follow. As you exhale, a little tap down onto your mat. Inhale, lifting and lengthening with that left arm. Exhale to drop it down. One more. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to come back down. And then again, you're staying on your palm. You might want to explore over to the right side of the mat as that left knee pushes out to the left. You might want to come forward and creep the palms out or drop down onto your forearms, rocking onto the side of that left foot, rocking backwards and forwards, or even just making little circles with that left knee. Do what feels good for your body. Try not to strain the back of the neck and the shoulders. So keep that area nice and soft. Notice that quality of mind again. Notice that quality of breath. Notice the belief in yourself right now. Too many people overvalue what they are not and undervalue what they truly are. One more breath here. And if you're on your forearms, perhaps gently pushing yourself back up, scooting that left foot back to the centre of the mat so the palms are now framing it. And then lunging forward first, empty the breath completely. On the inhale, we're walking the hands back, coming into that hamstring stretch. So we're either up here, and you can take a breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, you're floating over the left leg. Some of you may want to lift the foot up, pull the toes back towards you. If you want to walk all the way back, then the hips are on that right heel. You're taking a breath in to lengthen, and as you breathe out, perhaps floating over that left leg. Again, you can reach for the ball of the foot and pull the toes back. And if the hamstrings again are particularly tight, just micro bend the left knee. With each inhale, that subtle lengthening. With each exhale, perhaps coming down a little bit more. One more breath here. Feel that hamstring stretch a little. A good stretch. Any short, sharp pain, back off. One more breath. And then press into the palms. Start to lift the body back up, dropping the foot down so the palms are now framing the foot. Take a breath here. And then we're scooting the foot over to the right side of the mat for pigeon, dropping the knee across, lengthening that back leg. Take a breath in to lengthen first. As you breathe out, either come down onto your mat or make it a little bit more restorative by leaning over a bolster. Let your head rest on something. And as before, on the other side with pigeon, if this version of pigeon isn't nourishing for you, you come onto your back and you place ankle over knee, so left ankle over right knee. Push out through both soles of the feet, and you'll still feel that hip stretch. So supine pigeon, if forward folding isn't nourishing for you. Feel this side of the body opening here. Allow the breath to slow down. And try not to let that mind wander. Turn the gaze perhaps a little more inwards. Allow yourself to be the best version of you. Let go of everything that's holding you back. One more breath here. And then very gently, let's start to walk the hands back up. If you're in supine pigeon, you can meet us on the next pose. We're coming onto the ball of the back foot, lifting the leg up. Take a breath in, let the breath go. On your next inhale, the left knee comes up, drops down onto your mat, and then the right knee follows. Take a gentle rock from side to side. Soften the gaze down onto the mat. Keep the breath flowing, inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Bring the rocks to a stillness. Extend that right leg back behind you. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, we're landing it through. Again, use your hands to help if you need a helping hand. Come onto the ball of the back foot, lifting the leg up, and then lift the hips up, straighten the legs. Take a breath in, lengthen through the spine, almost like a halfway lift. As you breathe out, float nose to knee. Feel that stretch in the hamstrings. If it's too intense, you just bend both knees a little bit, take the pressure off. With each inhale, a subtle lengthening. With each exhale, perhaps coming down a little bit more. One more breath here. And then gently angle the back foot, roughly 45 degrees to give you stability. Keep that front leg straight. Use your core and your leg strength to come up for triangle pose. So both legs are straight, the arms are extended, the right arm reaches forward as the left hip pushes back, and then we're dropping the right arm towards the mat and the left arm reaches up. Gaze can be down low. Try not to cave that top shoulder in, so really reach back with that top arm. Imagine the two shoulders stacking on top of each other. Keep that breath flowing, inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. And imagine someone has hold of that top wrist and you're coming all the way back up. Turn the right foot in to your side onto your mat. Inhale, the arms reach up. As you exhale, take a swan dive down onto your mat. Inhale, a halfway lift. As you exhale, a forward fold. Walk the hands over to the right side and just either grab hold of each side of the ankle or place the hands either side of that right foot. Take a breath in, lengthen through the spine. As you breathe out, float nose towards that right knee. Feel that stretch down the hamstring. Again, if that's too intense, you just might bend the right knee a little. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, perhaps come down a little bit low. One more breath. And then gently keeping the body low, walking over to the left foot. We're doing that same stretch, so either grabbing hold of the ankle, you might even want to cross the wrist like I'm showing you, or place the hands either side of that left foot. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, floating over that left knee, feeling the stretch down that left leg. Soften the neck. One more breath here. And then releasing out of the stretch, bringing the hands back to the center of the mat. Turning the left foot to face the back of the mat. Walk the hands so that they're framing that left foot. Pivot on the ball of the back foot. Lift the hips up, both legs are straight. Take a breath in, lengthen through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, we're taking that hamstring stretch on the left leg, nose to knee. Might bend the knees if that's too intense. With each inhale, lengthening. Exhale, perhaps floating down a little bit more. One more breath here. Feel those hamstrings release. And then gently bending the knees, angling that back foot to give you stability. Both legs are still straight. Press firmly into the mat with the feet. Use your core to come up. Triangle on the other side. This time the left arm reaches forward as the right hip pushes back. And then the left palm floats towards the mat as the right arm lifts up. Gaze can be down on the mat or up at that top thumb. And again, try not to cave that top shoulder in, really pushing out through that top arm. Hold it for a breath in. Let the breath go. And then use your core strength. Push down first and then push yourself all the way up. The left foot turns back in. Adjust the feet if you need to. Inhale, the arms reach up. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart space, come into a squat, and then push the palms out to the side. Feel it in the hips and the legs. Inhale, use your leg strength to come all the way up. As you exhale, hands to your heart space and then pushing away. 2 more. Breathing in to lengthen. Breathing out, hands to your heart space, push away. 1 more. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to your heart space and pushing away. This time on the breath in, reach the arms up. As you breathe out, hands to your heart space, and then start to pigeon toe your feet so that they're roughly hip width distance at the top of your mat. Soften through the shoulders. On the breath in, the arms reach up. On the breath out, hands to your heart space. Empty the breath completely. Inhale, the arms reach up and over. Take a back bend. As you exhale, take a swan dive down to your mat. Empty the breath. Inhale, a halfway lift. As you exhale, drop the crown of your head into a forward fold. Take a couple of breaths here. You might want to rock from side to side, just keeping everything easy. The knees can bend. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. 1 more breath. And then just let the peace fingers grab hold of the big toes. Let the big toes hook over the fingers. If that's not accessible for you, that's completely fine. You just hold on to the calves or the ankle. Bend the knees a lot and drop the crown of the head towards the mat. Take a breath in, let the breath go. On your next inhale, flare the elbows out. Start to straighten the legs. And as though you're pushing the head in towards the legs. So nice forward fold, getting into the hamstring. Again, you can bend the knees as much as you need to. The legs don't have to be straight as long as you're feeling a stretch. With each inhale, a subtle lengthening. With each exhale, perhaps coming down a little bit lower. Notice that mind. Notice that breath. 1 more breath. And then releasing out of the pose. Inhale, a halfway lift. Shift that spine forward. Exhale, a forward fold. Empty the breath. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to standing. As you exhale, swing over to the right and come into a forward fold. Inhale, the arms reach all the way up. As you exhale, over to the left, into a forward fold. Inhale, a halfway lift. And as you exhale, bending the knees, placing the hands on the ground, come down onto your mat. Let the sit bones just land. Taking a breath in, letting the breath go. And then gently just bring that left knee up. It's like you're half cross-legged, so the right leg is crossed in and the left knee is up. Just wrap the right arm around that left knee. The left arm can wrap around, so you're interlacing opposite palms to opposite elbows, really pushing that left knee in towards you. Take a breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, turn and gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhaling to twist a little bit more. Everything comes all the way back round to centre. This time, interlace the fingers. Grab hold of that left sole of the foot. On the inhale, push the knee in towards the chest. On the exhale, extending the leg out. Take a breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, bring nose to knee. With each inhale, lengthening. With each exhale, flaring the elbows, perhaps coming down a little bit lower. 1 more breath, soften the back of the neck. And then very gently dropping the leg back down and extending it out to the left side. The right foot is in the left thigh. Turn and face that extended leg. On the inhale, create length. Reach the arms up. On the exhale, we're folding over that left leg. If the palms reach the soles of the foot, that's great. Otherwise, anywhere on that leg. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, soften the head down. And again, if that left leg is feeling a little bit tender, might bend it at the knee. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling perhaps to come down. One more breath here. Engage the core. Gently bring the palms either side of that leg as you gently walk the hands back, lengthening through the spine. Bring the right arm behind to support you. The left arm reaches up and over. Either stay with everything grounded or press into that back hand, lifting the hips up, really arching the back and reaching with that top arm, holding it for 3, 2, 1. Gently lowering the hips all the way back down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Cradle the toes with the palms. Knees out to the side. On the inhale, just lengthen through the crown of the head. On the exhale, like you're rounding the back, caving everything in. On the inhale, you're opening up, peeling the shoulders back. The gaze can follow up. And on the exhale, to round in. One more. Inhaling, peeling everything open. Exhaling to round down. Push yourself back to a neutral spine. This time the left leg remains in and that right knee comes up. Just adjust the sit bones if you need to. Lengthen through the spine. This time the left arm reaches around that right leg. The right hand comes in front and interlace opposite palms to opposite elbow. Really push up through the spine so there's length through the crown of the head. Inhale, lengthening. As you exhale, this time you're turning and gazing over that right shoulder for a twist. Soft jaw. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling perhaps to twist a little bit more. Everything comes back round to centre. Release the palms, interlace them. Cradle that right foot. This time you're pushing that right knee in. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lengthening to your extent. It doesn't have to be straight. And then with each inhale, lengthening through the crown of the head. With each exhale, flaring the elbows, pushing nose towards knee. Keep that breath flowing. With each inhale, that subtle lengthening. With each exhale, perhaps coming down a little bit lower. Know that anything is possible once you believe. Once you believe that you are worthy of achieving it, anything is possible. One more breath. And then gently bringing that leg back down, extending it out to the right. The left foot is tucked into that right thigh. Turn and gaze over the left extended leg. Inhale, you're reaching up first, taking a breath in. As you breathe out, we're floating over that extended leg. Either grabbing hold of the sole of the foot or just grabbing hold of anywhere on the leg. Inhale, lengthening first. Exhale, perhaps floating down over that right knee until you feel that stretch. With each inhale, a subtle lengthening. With each exhale, perhaps coming down a little bit more. Do what feels right for your body. One more breath here. And then gently engaging the core, starting to walk the hands back either side of that right leg until you come upright. And this time the left arm comes behind you as a support. The right arm reaches all the way up and over. Either remain grounded or push into that back hand as you lift the hips up and reach back, arching the back, holding it here for 3, 2, 1, and then dropping everything all the way down onto the mat. And then coming into a comfortable seated posture. So either on your mat or seated. Shut the eyes down or soften the gaze down onto the mat. Lift up through the crown of the head. Soften through the shoulders and the jaw. And just coming to some longer, slower and deeper breath. Perhaps even counting the inhale, taking a pause, and then counting the exhale. Coming back to your contemplation with believing in yourself. Just spending a few breaths here, either just letting the breath naturally flow in and out, or if you want to add that extra count, you can inhale for 1, 2, 3. Take a pause. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. And do a few rounds of breath just like this. And as you're breathing, let your ears be open. Continue to take those longer, slower, deeper breaths. Believe in yourself, in your worth to others and to you, in your goodness and in your desire to do good. Believe in your possibilities and that all things are possible, in your ability, especially in overcoming negativity, in your strengths. Don't dwell on your weaknesses. We all have them. Believe in those who love you. Believe in tomorrow, the dawn of a new day. Believe in your gut instinct. It knows you best. Believe in compassion for others as well as yourself. Believe that you are your own best friend. Always support yourself. Believe that you deserve to be alive. Believe that you do make a difference. Believe that you can do whatever you want and that you will succeed. Believe that it is you who sets your own agenda, not others. And always believe that happiness is there for the taking in all the small moments, in every day of your life. Simply believe. Let's take a few breaths together. Inhaling in through the nose. A big letting go sigh out the mouth. Soften the shoulders. A couple more. Inhale in through the nose. Lift up through the crown of the head as the breath comes in. As you exhale, perhaps softening a little bit more. One more. Inhaling in through the nose. Let that breath just flow. A big letting go sigh out the mouth. On the breath in, if you're seated, reach up with the arms. If you're lying down, you might want to reach the arms behind you. As you exhale, you're either bringing your hands to your heart space in prayer, or perhaps if you're lying down, placing them over your heart. Take a breath in, let the breath go. And as we finish, believe in life, believe in your dreams, believe in miracles, believe it's possible, believe in friendship, believe in peace, believe in love, but most importantly of all, believe in yourself. The light in me honours the light in you. The divine in me honours the divine in you. May all beings be free. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be happy. Namaste.
Thank you once again for joining us on Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you've enjoyed this wonderful stretch. There's plenty more to come, so please comment below, subscribe, invite friends to join this wonderful experience with Stretch and Flow with Rashi. Once again, have a great day and talk to you soon.